I am your host, MISHUMA SABA, M.SABA, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Stay tuned. Peace, 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 and welcome to the Coffee difficulty. We are. Just be one moment. There we go. We're getting it together. Little rusty. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while. Yeah, we were actually in that FB jail that so many people fall victim to. And we are finally released. We did do a one episode, though, on YouTube that you can go back and find that was scheduled for April 13th. Definitely check that out. It's about the Los Angeles Lakers Dynasty show. If you haven't seen that, that appears on HBO. And I'm just over here messing around a little bit, getting it together for you viewers. But welcome to the show, Coffee Talk Podcast. We got a great show tonight. Tonight is our grown and sexy night, with grown folk night. A night of fun, a night of humor. A night where we like to have guests and we like to just have fun, man, and just talk about random things. Some things be funny, some things may have hidden messages in it. You know, a lot of things have hidden messages in it, but it is our duty to wake those up. However, it's real light tonight. It's a Friday, Saturday night, and this is just a great show. We just want to ask a few questions and go ahead and start our show tonight and give you Coffee Talk Podcast. I know it's been a minute, so we definitely ready to get back on schedule. 3 days a week, should I say. All right, so welcome to the show, Coffee Talk. I am your host, MISHUMA SABA, M.SABA, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast show. So tonight's show, we're going to be talking about information. That's right, information. And how and why is it, I should say, that we are so reluctant to share information, as well as if you are sharing information, how reluctant or why our people don't like to receive information. So we're going to be definitely talking about those two things, why we don't share information and why our people are not willingly to accept or open up to information when some information can always be valuable. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight here on Coffee Talk Podcast. But if this is your first time tuning into the show, you know how we get down. We never start a show without giving you the flavor and the wise words of the day's show, because that is the flavor, Coffee Talk Podcast. So today, Friday, Saturday night, weekend, today's flavor is Marcassin Estate Chardonnay from the Sonoma Coast. We're talking about the year of 2018 bottle of the Marcassin Estate Chardonnay. And let's just go ahead and talk a little bit about the Marcassin Estate Chardonnay from the Sonoma Coast. The bottle is 2018. The Marcassin Estate Chardonnay is one of the most expensive wines that's out right now, as well as one of the best wines. This wine has an average price of $744 for 750 milliliter bottle. So again, that's $744 that you would be spending just for a bottle of the Marcassin Estate Chardonnay wine. This wine is white, has a buttery taste with it, and very complex. Now, according to wine researchers, they rate this wine 4.5 out of 5 stars based off of 99 reviews. 95 out of 100 based from an 80s critics score. And critics have rated this as the best available wine along the Sonoma County. So definitely check that out. Again, it's It's voted as one of the best wines. This is the Marcassin Vineyard wine, and the prices actually vary. You know what I'm saying? They vary from, again, this is a very expensive bottle, but it varies from $380 all the way up to $11,315, man. And again, this is one of the 4.5, 5-star rated wines. And again, the name of that and the flavor for today is Marcassin Estate Chardonnay. But you know how we do, man. You come on in, kick your feet up. Welcome to our humble home, and go ahead and enjoy yourself. Go ahead and pour yourself some wine, some water, some soothies. It's kind of cold in Minnesota right now, so you can pour yourself even some hot chocolate or cappuccino. But what we want you to do is come on in, kick your feet up, enjoy yourself, and welcome to the show, Coffee Talk Podcast. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right on in. I thought I was going to have a guest tonight. I was really excited for that, but difficulties with that, so I don't know what we're going to do as far as our guests, but that's okay. We're just happy to be back, man. We're happy to be back up and running. Again, I was away from you guys for a while, dealing with that Facebook jail stuff. I'm happy to be able to reach you guys. And you also got to understand you can reach us. We do have a public page through Facebook. We also go through YouTube. So you could definitely check out any of our past podcasts. You can find us at Coffee Talk Podcast, Cultural Variety Podcast Show on YouTube. So definitely check us out and continue to support us here at Coffee Talk Podcast. All right. So tonight, the wise words of tonight is this: never give up anything that you may want to pursue. Plan accordingly and give it your all. Those are the wise words tonight for Coffee Talk Podcast. All right. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Again, tonight we're going to be talking about information. Okay. And what do I mean by information? Well, let me just set the scenario. Have you ever knew anybody that had some information that could help others, right? And they choose not to share it with others, even if it meant that it would benefit others? So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about why our people, and the reason why I'm saying our people, you can say anybody, but this is the Coffee Talk Show, so we love to have all our viewers, but we're talking directly about our people tonight. So why is it that our people are so reluctant to not share information, as well as why on the other end, on the receiving end of that, you have people that would reject information? I would love to hear from you. Go ahead and leave a comment, hit the like button, share this video because we are live. I love to hear other people's opinions, and I just want to build with y'all tonight and get your thoughts on it. So go ahead and leave a message. Let me know that you're here. I definitely will respond back, and I'm definitely appreciative of all my supporters here at Coffee Talk Podcast. But tonight we're talking about information. Why are we so reluctant to share information? And why, when we do share information with our people are so quick to reject information? Let me ask you a few questions just to get the ball rolling. And again, thank you for tuning in to Coffee Talk Podcast. Question number one, based off of that, is this: tell me why information is held and not shared. Can anybody do that tonight? This is where I really would like for my guests to be tuning in, because I want to hear other people's opinions from all different walks of the world. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try this just once. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead, give y'all probably a 30-second commercial break, and then I'm gonna just reach out to a couple people to see if they want to appear on the show. I promise not to take up your time or mine, but I will go ahead and get ready to hit you with like a 30-second little break, and then come back. While you're there, go ahead again and pour you some of that good wine, that Marcassin Estate Chardonnay wine, if you got that. Otherwise, pour what you pour, drink what you drink, but have a good time here at Coffee Talk. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and give you 30 seconds, and I'll be right back. All right, welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast. Again, I am your host, MISHUMA SABA, M. SABA, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast show. So again, tonight we're talking about information. Why are we, our people, so reluctant to share information? And why do our people reject information? That's what we're here talking about tonight on Coffee Talk. I'd love to hear your comments. Go ahead and leave a comment, hit the like button, share the podcast. But let's go ahead and dive on in. I remember asking for some information once, and I started to ask people that I thought would be a great resource. And that's not to put nobody down. That's why we're not name dropping or anything like that, because it's really not about the person so much, but it's more about the message. And when I asked the information, I was led as to believe that they had the information. But when it came time to go ahead and carry out the information, or even get advice on it, they were nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one elaboration of what we're going to talk about when it comes to information. But why do you think people hold back information? Why do our people reject information? I believe the fact that we reject information, I believe that started, um, when we was on plantations. We started to reject information. We started to reject information from running away from the plantation, looking for freedom. Because we start to reject the information because we feel like if we were to obtain the information, we could get killed. Have you ever heard people saying, "No, I don't want to know nothing about it"? They didn't want to know nothing about it because they wanted to protect their families. They didn't want to get beaten for the information. And even if you didn't know the information, that wasn't going to stop or prevent an overseer beating you off of the precincts of that. They felt you knew something. We were separated as a people. A lot of people used to play what they called the dozens just to stay together, while a lot of families was broken apart. But it's the dozens. The dozens is just calling each other names and telling the person that's looking to buy you uh, away from your family in the slavery days. It was to talk about that person so he wouldn't get bought and be separated. We call that the dozens. Look that up, y'all. But today we reject information at an all-time high. It's kind of like you don't want the information because you don't want to be held accountable once you got the information. If you can't take that information and put it into play, start to apply it in some way or another, you know, you don't want that accountability. A lot of people want to use whatever it may be as an excuse or to blame others if it fails. So I believe this is one of the reasons why we reject information. Have you ever been a person trying to share some information about your culture? And have you ever came across another person saying, "Man, go on with that black shit. I don't want to hear that." Things like that nature. Have you ever been a person where a friend of yours might be wanting to teach you about real estate? And they're saying, "Man, look, man, the way to generational wealth It's through real estate. It's through ownership. It's through buying property. And the next person said, "Ah, man, I don't want to do that." Could it be the fact that they don't believe he doesn't believe in himself or herself? Low self-esteem. Why do our people reject information? Even when you're trying to pass along some information, they already have it set up to respond versus to 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 comprehend the information that you're sharing with them. They don't realize that because you love them, you're sharing the information. A lot of people want to share information to uplift our people or to help out a friendship, a partner, teach them how to start a certain business. But oftentimes, more than most, we reject information. And we'd rather go with something else that's going to keep us blind or lead us astray. What is your thoughts on why we reject information? Leave me a comment. But with people with information, let me ask you this question. People that have information, because it's it's practical that others will reject information. Do you believe that the people with the information should sell their information? We live in a capitalist country, and whether we agree with it or not, it's monetary money that keeps us um, in a survival uh, in a survival stage. What do I mean by that? Well, you have to pay your rent, you have to feed your family or yourself, but you have all this information. You want to turn your information into wealth. This is a catch 22. Because some people will say, well, man, if you know something, why don't you share? Why I got to pay for the information? You already know it. I'm supposed to be your homeboy. I'm supposed to, or you care about us in the community. Why don't you just share the information with us and we all can move along? We don't got to be all crabs in the bucket. Let's all share the information on how to start a business. Let's all share the information on how to start programs. Let's share the information on how to start our own grocery stores, our own hospitals. That's what some will say. Do you think they should be paid? Or do you think that people should just give out information? Again, this is a catch 22. I believe if you're going to give your time, right, to anything, you should get paid in some type of way. You don't have to be monetary. It could be just paying for those to be paying attention. But wouldn't you feel some type of way if you shared information, you know it to be factual, you know it to be some way to lead people out of something and into something better, and they decide to reject the information? Now you feel that you don't wasted your time. Do you think information should be sold and not told? Let me hear your thoughts tonight on this nice Saturday night weekend here at Coffee Talk Podcast. With people not receptive to information, should those that have information not waste their time? And if you have to give time, shouldn't you get paid? This is what we're discussing tonight. Why do people get so defensive when you bring information to them? Talk to me, people. You ever bring information to somebody or say, hey, you know what? I got this home buyers class and it's going to teach you how to buy properties. And right away, people be just shunning it. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. I'll think about it. Or they become untrustworthy because they're always looking for a scam or feel somebody's trying to scam them. What's your thoughts on sharing information and receiving information? We'd love to hear from you here at Coffee Talk. What would you do? Do you openly share information that you feel will benefit others? Do you feel like you should be paid for your time? Because you feel that in your mind, the person on the receiving end is going to reject it anyway. And you got to eat. What's your thoughts on that? Let us know. Leave a comment, hit the like button. And if you're viewing this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Why do our people get so defensive when somebody's trying to bring them information? Information that is beneficial. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and talk about the definition of information. Let's see what we get. Information is a noun. Information is facts provided or learned about something or someone. It's a vital piece of information. Or what is conveyed or represented by a particular arrangement or sequence of things. Genetically transmitted information. Information is known as knowledge obtained from investigation, study, or instruction. It's intelligence news. It's facts. It's data. With information, you must have the knowledge, and the knowledge must be acquired through experience or study. So, with that being known of information, why do our people reject information? Is it because they may fear the outcome? Is it because they feel that once they have the information, they don't want to be held accountable? And you, the person with information, should you share your information openly or should you get paid for it so that you don't waste your time? I would love to definitely hear your comments on this. This is our Friday night, Saturday night, alternative grown folks night, coffee talk style. I'm going to go ahead and leave you with those questions. And I would love for you to go ahead and leave us a comment. Go ahead and share the video. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And also remember, this week starts our new week of getting back on track where we will be appearing 3 days a week. We got our cultural studies coming up on Mondays night. Wednesdays is going to be our sports night. And then we'll be back again next weekend, I should say. But again, tonight's topic is why are we as a people so reluctant not to share information, and why as we as a people usually reject it? Go ahead and leave your comments, man. We'd love to hear from you here at Coffee Talk. So that's our show for today. I do apologize. I had a guest for us tonight. So it didn't happen. May they be well wherever they are, sending them positive love. And you know, I would have loved to have had them on the show tonight. But other than that, man, thank you for tuning into our show, Coffee Talk Podcast. This is the Cultural Variety Podcast Show, and I am your host, MISHUMA SABA M. Saba, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Check us out next time. Until then, I'm gonna hit you with the universal peace sign. Peace. Stay sucker free and enjoy the flavor. This is Coffee Talk. I'm gone.